I get so excited about this. Hi, I'm Susan Young, Mindful Coaching. Today, we're reviewing the 8 habits of cultivating joy. And the first one is about gratitude. Now, we know lots about gratitude, but what we're wanting to revisit is to step away from the loops of negativity that trap us. We don't want to be in denial. We don't want to skip through our lives without acknowledging that this world is a troubled, difficult place. And that I've heard some people say recently, the house is on fire. Our world is on fire in many ways. So it's not denying that and our own personal issues and people we're with, our loved ones, our family, our community. But there is a way that we can hold and support much more skillfully when we ourselves can come from a place of calmness and gratitude for what there is. Because what we know to be true is that life goes whoop, this lightning quick life passes by, and then we spend all our time worrying and full of anxiety and fears. And some of that might be helpful for us to plan. Some of that might be helpful for us to figure out what we need to do and to reflect on the past. But when we spend most of our waking hours in that, it's not really helpful. So we want to think about how gratitude helps us step outside of that. And I'm going to invite you to set a commitment at the end of this time together for the next 24 hours for consciously remembering every time you notice that you're in the negative loop of anxiety, fear, worry, judgment, whatever it is for you. As soon as you notice, you bring yourself back to gratitude, maybe for noticing, maybe for the beauty of the day, maybe for your own aliveness. You find what fits. You can do a theme or you can just choose each moment as it emerges. So what we want to remember is this gorgeous brain of ours, that the neurotransmitters are wired to find danger. So what we're doing is rewiring our neurotransmitters. We're shifting our hormones because when we're in fear, anxiety, worry, we're in stress mode, fight or flight. And so we want to shift those so the hormones are much more dopamine, serotonin. Neuroplasticity shows us these things are possible no matter how old we are, that we can do this. But we know after practicing for some time that this doesn't happen like that. So we keep practicing, keep returning back to this moment so that we can more and more subtly, the great teachers tell us, more and more subtly be able to live from that. When I think of myself, years ago at the beginning, or even as I became more practiced, still, reactive still, and I'm less so like that. I had a Friday with my son's birthday, and as you know, he's got some issues. And we had a beautiful day. I was able to keep returning back to gratitude in the moment for what we have together, despite knowing that there's some challenges that he faces that are complex and long-term. And I was so grateful that we could do that. It was so beautiful. And as you know, I've worked and practiced this a long time. So when we intentionally activate the circuits of gratitude, of coming back to this moment, we rewire the neural connections. It's not like we never want to be emotional, but we want to come to that from a place of choice and surrender and to regulate ourselves. So I'm going to finish this with reminding us that research shows us that practicing gratitude, that the effects are long-term. And as we continue to move more and more from appreciation for ourselves, for others, we are less likely to be judgmental and worried. There are things that we don't know about. And so when we stay out of judgment, when we stay out of fear, worry, or when we notice we're in it, we pull ourselves out. So the invitation is, and this is what our practice is going to be, to return back to presence and gratitude each moment as you notice, increasing your conscious awareness. So you can listen to the meditation next if you want.